Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back to the Tuesday Tea. My name is Maddie.
I'm Carly.
And this is our 20th episode. Congratulations. I would love to know how many of you have listened to all 20.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, how many have been there since the beginning? If you have, we've come so far with our audio, with our editing, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because I want people to go back and listen to all of them because 20 is doable. You know, it's not too many.
Yeah.
It's not like we have hundreds of episodes.
Right.
But the audio way back when.
We're like, please don't.
It's really, it wasn't horrible ever,
No.
but.
You could tell we did the audio ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, we're learning, and it really isn't atrocious. But if you have attention to detail ears like we do, because we want to make things as perfect as possible.
Yeah.
You can hear like slight buzzing or things like that. But we're getting the hang of it. And it's been so fun.
I know. It's been so fun.
Happy episode 20.
Happy episode 20. Cheers.
Cheers. We have our
Clink.
We have our teas.
Yeah, we both. Well, you're drinking coffee. You're a traitor.
I know. I'm sorry. They love the dark stuff, you know?
So today we are going to be talking about your guys' accidental texts, and they are hilarious.
I was cackling. Like almost where I would like, my feet were jumping up and down because I was giggling.
Where you do a foot flutter. That's how you know it's really funny.
A foot flutter. There was one that just sent me, and hopefully you'll think they're just as hilarious today.
Oh my gosh, they're so funny.
Yeah, they're good. Have you been victim to accidental text before?
You know, I was thinking about it, and I'm sure I have, but there's not an instance that stands out in my mind. The only thing I could think about was, I'm not sure if we've talked about this before on the podcast, but in 7th grade, I had a boyfriend named Josh, and that was when signatures were a thing, like on the phones, on texting. You had a little signature. Did you ever have that?
Hold on a second. I'm being sent back. I'm having a moment. Was it when you just compose a new message or every reply?
I think it was like every text. There was a signature.
What would you put?
My signature. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.
You remember?
Yeah, it's so
this is
embarrassing.
Incredible. I'm thinking of like away messages on AOL or AIM, which was like iconic.
Exactly.
But I'm trying to think about away message or I'm trying to think of signature blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, what was yours?
Mine was Joshy Panda with hearts because that's what I called him, Joshy Panda.
So every text you're telling me if your mom texted and said, "Where are you?" You would say, "I'm at the grocery store."
Joshy Panda. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I texted my mom and I forgot to delete it because you can delete it if you don't want it on there, but it would automatically come up. Okay. And so I forgot and I texted her and she goes, "Who's Joshy Panda?" Mortified. Oh. Literally so embarrassed.
I can picture this adorable 7th grade Maddie just like leaning over her sidekick, typing out her Joshy Panda.
It was literally at the time where it was like egg flip phones. Like it wasn't even sidekick era. It was like beginning phones.
I'm obsessed. That is so cute and wholesome.
Yeah, his was my name too, but I forget what his nickname
That
for
is
me
so
was.
cute. I wonder if he still has that. That's
I
so
don't think
cute.
so. I fear he's married now. Sweet Josh. He was my first kiss.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
And then Kevin came after that?
Yeah, I dated Josh, and then I dated Dawson, and then I dated Kevin.
Oh, Kevin was after Dawson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Dawson again.
Do you have your old phone still?
No. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I think my dad recycled them to get money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there go the memories.
I wonder if you were to find your old phone, plug it in, charge it up, if it would still have everything.
I think it would have. I'm sure they had like auto delete features back then that you couldn't even change. Like there's no way they had enough gigabytes.
Yeah.
In those phones. But I saw, oh my gosh, I have to tell you this. Okay, so I got a DM from a guy this week.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, no. But he was like, "Hey, I was just clearing out my Facebook message archives and I saw we had messaged and I just wanted to connect," which like absolutely not. So I go back to see who this guy was in my Facebook messages. You would be appalled at the way I typed in I think it was probably like 2010.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was like, to laugh, I said, AH, space, semicolon, semicolon. Like, It was really bad. And then, oh my gosh, I was like, haha, so sorry to bug you. I mean, like, how are you? He. Like, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Am I bugging you? All in this. I was like mortified reading these messages. Oh. So I'm like, in what world would any man respond to that to that message?
You know, obviously you didn't do too bad because he's coming back around a decade later.
But it was like my friend's boyfriend at the time. So we were like, not friends, but like we knew of each other through this girl.
Yeah.
So my messages were, please stay together. She's a really good person, and I have no idea why you guys would break up. Like, I need you to understand that.
Oh my gosh, a girl's girl from day one.
Like, what am I talking about? Like, I'm telling them to stay together, and I'm not even in the relationship. Yeah. And we should post it because, like, just the message alone was mortifying.
That is so funny.
If I looked back and saw like text messages from like guys I liked or whatever in high school, middle school, it would be
tragic.
But I would easily spend a whole evening reading them because it's just so entertaining.
Yeah. It's just so cringy what you say when you're into someone. Like, I looked at my texts from a guy I talked to like 3 years ago. Like, not even that long ago. I mean, they weren't obviously as bad as semicolon, ha ha ha. But just the things I would say and stuff, I'm like, why? That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't at the time.
Great idea at the time.
Yeah, great idea. There's nothing like the Facebook memories, the On This Day feature. Those are hilarious. Like, the posts that I would post on Facebook, I'd be like, just had dinner. Ha ha ha. Yum yum. 3 smiley faces.
That's so real. It hurts. I would post all the really depressing Tumblr lyric photos with like the car window with the rain and a really sad lyric written on it with you know, like 303. Just like the really depressing teenage music. Like the small band depression, Evanescence, you know, like those were the lyrics. Oh my gosh, I would just post these really depressing lyrics cryptically. Like,
were you
who
sad?
am I, Taylor Swift? Probably not. I was probably just getting this attention of this one boy or something. It was just ridiculous. But I would also post like, going to my brother's tennis match. Yeah. Can't wait to get the popcorn. Like, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. It's just hilarious.
Have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like things that you did after you heard your crush say something that they liked? If their crush was like, oh, I love snowboarding. Then you like pretend to be a snowboarder.
That's incredible. No.
I was seeing those videos all over TikTok for so long. They were hilarious.
So good. It's so true. I used to wear... Oh my gosh, that just reminds me. I used to wear etnies. Do you know what etnies were? Mm-mm. They were like the skater boy shoe.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Just like the naughty boys would wear them, not like the cool boys that like the grunge. Yeah, like slightly scary naughty boys, and I would wear them. So maybe that was my version. I would do it, and then I remember. You remember the tough guys wear pink shirt? Yeah, that, like took the world by storm. Mm-hmm. They used to wear them, and I wanted one. That makes no sense.
Would you wear the boobies bracelet?
The what?
The boobies bracelet.
Oh my gosh, you are literally sending me right
now.
Do you remember what those? Is that? Hold on, is it coming back to
They're
me?
like black and pink and white and they say boobies. They were like for breast cancer, but all the kids wore them, like the cool kids.
I need to look this up. I'm scared to type in boobies bracelet. 2010
I'm scared
maybe.
For you, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, they were thick.
Yeah.
They were like wider than, oh my gosh, yes. Did you ever get this is a 2000s throwback episode. Yeah. Did you ever get the strand put in your hair and it would get really, really crusty at the root?
No, the sparkle strand?
There was like sparkles. I always got pink every year for breast cancer.
Oh, no, I would never do those.
It was like so cool. It was so cool. Gosh, I just want to go back. Like,
I know.
Would you, if you had to, go back to high school for 1 week, knowing everything you know now? Like, you are Maddie at 29, but you go back to 16, 15-year-old Maddie. You have the same brain, the same heart, the same wisdom that you have now. Would you go?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, same.
Wait, to talk to my younger self?
No, you would be your younger self.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, same.
I would love it. So fun.
I'd honestly pay money to do it. I think it'd be so fun.
Oh, I would pay a lot of money.
I've asked people that before, and they were like, in no world do I ever want to spend another day. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
It was just such a wholesome time and less stressful. And gosh, we didn't have to go to work.
No,
I mean, I did have a job, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we didn't have to do anything. We just had to do homework. Our parents would cook all of our meals, pick us up, drive us around, go play sports after school, hang out with friends, go to football games. Oh my gosh, literally the life.
And you have people in front of you, in front of a chalkboard or whiteboard, depending on your vibe, teaching you about life and things for free.
You know what?
For free.
Yeah. Now, I want to go back to high school now. Because I feel like I would learn so much more.
Same.
You know, like I actually care about history now.
Yeah.
I want to know all this stuff. I wouldn't necessarily want to do math or English. But
physics, stay far away from me.
To take a class, I don't know. Maybe we're just getting to the age, we're getting old where we just want to continue learning. Yeah. Like, it's been so long since we've been in school.
Yeah.
I'm getting the itch to, like, do some sort of class.
But, like, why was our brain more focused on getting through it, getting the test done in whatever way it takes versus actually soaking in the information? Why? Why is there a difference now?
I don't know, but I feel like we're probably that way now as well. And in like 15 years, we're going to look back on how we were now and be like, why didn't we actually care about doing this and that? Mm-hmm. You know?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of like, I wouldn't say about so much about learning, but I would say about just life in general. It's more as 29, 30-year-olds, you know, maybe like mid to late 20s, early 30s, the change and the development, if you don't do it, is out of stubbornness and pride, where then I don't feel like we really had that. So it's like when thinking about learning school subjects, why weren't we like, oh my gosh, thank you for this information. I want to consume this.
Probably because we just didn't see it being relevant to our lives or something that we actually needed.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And I think the aspect of being forced to do something, it's not a choice.
Yeah,
that,
true.
You know?
Yeah, that's true, which is also ties to, like, faith and stuff, too. It's like you don't have a choice to go to church, so that can, like, alter your perspective of it and your willingness to want to, like, do it on your own.
Exactly.
So fascinating. Yeah, I would love to go back to high school. I would love nothing more.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's awkward times, but, like, how fun.
No, it would be so fun.
It would be so much fun.
How did we get on that topic?
We were talking about texting and your signature.
Oh, yeah. So do you have any accidental texts?
I have done it quite a bit. I fall victim to the screenshot and then sending it to the person I'm screenshotting instead of the person that happens to me a lot. Thank goodness it really hasn't gotten me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But it does happen a lot. And so I do have to do like a lot of double checking, especially when some of the things I'm screenshotting are spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm sending you a screenshot of something someone told me.
Yeah.
Really got to make sure.
You have to triple check.
Like to Maddie Perry. Maddie Perry's my friend. Maddie Perry's my friend. Yeah. It's not the person I'm screenshotting. Correct. Okay.
The unsent feature, though, on the iPhone has really been a game changer, I think.
What do you have? Is it like 30 seconds? 20 seconds, maybe? It's really a short amount of time.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's not. Oh. You have the edit feature for a long time, which, come to find out, they can see all the versions that you edit.
I just learned that. Did you just learn that?
No. I thought for the longest time they would just see the first draft.
Yeah.
And then the current, but they can see all the drafts.
Oh, how many drafts are you making?
Sometimes I've sent up to 8.
What?
Well, some of them are like professional messages. Oh. And so I'll be like, ooh, I want to change that. Or then I like sit with it for a little bit after it's sent. And then I'm like, ooh, I really should show like more gratitude. Or like, oh, also mention this, that I'm forward thinking. And then it's just if they click show or like edited, they'll see whole string.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could do that till literally like a week ago.
Have you taken advantage of it now?
I mean, I've used the edit feature, but I just, like looking at what people edit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I look.
Sometimes it's safer to just unsend the message versus edit it.
If you have time. Yeah.
If you have time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a great feature.
It is.
Marking a text as unread and unsending a message are the 2 top features of messages.
Yeah.
I was thinking I would like a bold, italic, and underline feature in the next iOS update.
Do they not have that?
To be fair, I have not updated my phone in a year. So I don't even have like the newest update. I don't have where you can like make a blue heart as a reaction, which that's like a new thing these days. It's like you can react to any message with an emoji. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how you can press and hold and there's like all those little buttons?
Yeah.
Now it's like for some reason, somehow different emojis.
Oh.
I don't have that yet.
I don't think I have that either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I intentionally don't update my phone because I like the OG iOS. But
yeah. Wait, so do you still have the old photos format?
Yeah.
Never update your phone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the new photos is so annoying.
Really?
Whoever did it needs to go.
Okay, we'll
like,
fire
it's
them.
Awful.
Really?
It's so
I was
bad.
watching you do it, and I was like, what app are you on? You're like, this is the new Photos app. I'm like, in what world? It's just the format and layout is bad.
It's so bad. I hate it.
Heck. Do you have any, like, brilliant ideas, if you could put one thing in the iOS or iPhone update, you would? Like, I love the bold italic underline. I'd prefer that to happen. But do you have anything like that?
No.
No?
I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Unlimited storage would be genius. We'd love that one day.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't make any money, scoundrels.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Do you have any life updates? Any new things? How was your week? What did you do? I've missed you.
Wow. I went to Zany's last night, the comedy club in Nashville. It was so much fun. We need to go. I've only been twice. Once was for a New Material Monday. And then yesterday I went to one from Nateland. Do you know what that is?
Are you out of your mind? Hold on a second. You went to Nateland yesterday?
Well,
ma'am?
No.
Hold on.
No.
I'm sweating.
I don't think it was actually called Nateland. I didn't buy the tickets, so I didn't see what it said on the site. But it was like...
My heart is racing.
I don't think it was Nateland, but it was like good, clean fun is what it was advertised as.
Do not tell me Nate Bargatze was there.
Yeah.
What?
And, okay, these tickets...
No!
I know.
I'm the biggest fan!
I know.
Oh my God, I'm kidding.
I love him too. Like, he's
Betty,
probably one of my favorite comedians.
Betty, why did I not know about this?
I didn't know. So, okay, it didn't say who was going to be there. It doesn't tell you the lineup. It's just like you buy a ticket and go.
I'm going to start crying.
These tickets, $20.
I'm going to start crying.
And there was like probably 6 comedians. But yeah, he was like the third one up. And just did all of his new stuff. And you can't record. They make you put your phones in these like little bags. So you can't like take pictures or anything. It was so much fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was. And guess who walked through the building?
Hold on. Let me just... Don't. Wait. No.
Theo from
No!
Well, he did it to make you feel better. Because I saw a comedian.
No, because those are 2 of, like, top 10 of my favorite people on planet Earth.
They were in the same building last night.
And I wasn't with you. And,
I know.
One of my best friends was...
I know. I'm so sorry. Well, so...
Oh, yeah. Please explain yourself. No, please.
So we were just sitting there listening to the show, and Theo, like, runs across the side into the back room.
What do you mean runs across the side?
Like the stage was in front of us. He runs to the right along the wall into the back room. So I thought he was going to perform, but he didn't. So if that makes you feel any better, I think he was filming at the New Material Mondays because Zany's is now 2 comedy clubs. Like they separated it. So there's the regular one and then I forget what the other one is called. But it's just they're 2 separate rooms. So I think he was going to the New Material Monday, which that's where when I went there the first time, that's where I saw him. He just came out. And so we need to go more often because there's these huge comedians in Nashville and they just show up and do stuff like that.
The thing is I'm so particular about comedy and humor, like just humor as a general life experience. Yeah. I'm very particular of what's funny. And dirty humor I really don't think is funny. Yeah. Like, just like the crass, yucky. Mm-hmm. The one and only time I've been to Zany's, the opener was just awful. Mm-hmm. It was just awful. And he actually works there. And so it was just gross. It was really just gross. Nate Bargatze and Theo Von are like the only 2 comedians that have actually made me laugh. Yeah. Properly.
Nate is so funny. He reminds me of Henry on TikTok. Like the way that he talks.
Henry. Does anybody know Henry on TikTok? His Instagram or his handle is Henry. Yeah. In all caps, and he has just blown up. I know. When I started sending you him, he was like, I don't know, maybe like 15,000 followers. Like I don't know what he's at now, but when I see how many likes he has these days, it's like 100,000 to 200,000.
Yeah, I think he has like 500,000 followers.
Oh, I'm so happy. That man is just...
We need to follow him on Instagram in case TikTok gets banned.
Yeah, we do. He's one of our dream guests. He would be so fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
He'd be so fun. I'm happy for you. Amidst the frustration I feel like you probably can sense from over here, and maybe otherwise known as jealousy, I am very happy for you.
My point is that we should go to Zany's more often. Yes. And just risk seeing people that we might not think are funny.
Is it always clean comedy on Mondays? Because that is Nate then.
No, I don't think so. I think that they have like different tours and guests come through every week. So you just have to look out for that one. But yeah, it was so funny. And I just love clean comedians.
Yeah.
Like
he is so talented. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to be gross to be funny.
No, he is incredible.
And it was funny too because he was obviously testing out new material.
Yeah.
So he just had his notebook and he was like reading through.
Cute.
And it was because it didn't flow like a normal set, you know?
Okay.
It was kind of choppy. Like he'd do one bit and then see how we reacted and then do another one.
Okay.
So it was just funny to see him in a more like natural environment rather than like a total like perfected script, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I want to watch his newest Netflix special.
Yeah, I've seen it. His last year's Netflix special, I think, or 2 years ago was, in my opinion, way better.
Oh.
Way better might be a strong description. I liked it. I enjoyed it better. I laughed harder. But that's also how I found him and fell in love with him was those videos. Oh my gosh, he's just so funny. His delivery is just iconic.
He's hilarious.
He's so funny. And if anybody doesn't know who this is, it's called Hello World, Nate Bargatze, and it is so good. It's on Amazon Prime, and I think it might be on Netflix too. I'm not sure, but that's the one that is
the best
hilarious. Hilarious. This last one was great too, but just, yeah. I'm obsessed. Okay, so we're going to be going.
Yeah.
All right. I'm obsessed.
Another update.
What? Is it going to piss me off?
No, it's going to make you happy, I think. I started watching Normal People.
Tell me. Tell me. I did get an alarming text from you.
Well, so I'm halfway through. I believe I'm on episode 6.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, the full frontal nudity?
It doesn't happen often, does it?
Are you talking about male or female?
I don't know.
Because
I'm just left
there's
with
just
heartbreak.
a lot of nudity. Oh, good. Sorry. I literally don't want to watch it anymore because I know that it's just going to end with heartbreak.
No, you have no idea how it's going to end.
It's going to be sad.
No, it won't.
Yes, the whole show is sad. It's just sad the whole time.
Okay, can you tell me how you feel about the filming style? Like, what do you think about, like, the production itself?
I really like it.
Okay, good.
It's very real life.
Yeah.
Not very glitz and glam. It's just, like,
it's not
very
like a
dull,
set.
like, gray colors. It's just, like, real life.
Like, the filmage, which is not a word. The filmage is, like, real as they, like, pan and walk through things and how the scenes are constructed.
Yeah, it's very, like, raw.
Yeah, and that's what I love. My sister-in-law, Selena, shout out, she's like, no, I want to be transported into another world. It needs to be a production. So we have very different, like, preferences.
I think it just depends what kind of show. Like, this is very random, but like Bridgerton, for example, it's like that's a production. Yeah. Wicked, that's a production. And I love...
Even like New Girl.
Yeah.
New Girl's a production.
Yeah.
Best show on planet Earth, but like...
You just know it's not real.
Yeah, Normal People hits different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Tell me.
So much nudity.
Really?
Like, the girl's boobs the whole time.
Oh, really?
Her boobs are out. Yes. I'm like, there's so much boobage.
Maybe I watched a different boobage.
And then...
Filmage and boobage.
Yeah. We read. But... Paul Mescal laying on the bed, full frontal nudity. Like, you know how normally if there's full nudity like that, it's for just a quick sec? It was for a good, solid, like, 10 seconds.
Oh, really?
And I was just shocked. I'm like, is this really...
Where do I
I'm sorry.
look?
That's his full body. His full body.
How God made him. How God crafted him.
I was just shocked.
Yeah, he's hot.
I mean, he is hot, though.
But
I thought that before I saw him naked, by the way. But before watching this, when she told me that he was her celebrity crush, I was like, no. Like, he's so ugly. And now watching the show, I get it.
Which is funny because he's so young in Normal People.
Yeah.
Maybe not so young, but he just looks a lot different than how he looks in Normal People.
Yeah.
So what are you, like, thinking about the show itself, like, about the plot?
It's just kind of depressing.
Okay,
but
just
it's
a depressing
good.
tone.
Yeah.
It really does have, like, a sad tone overall.
Yeah.
What's happening right now?
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers.
Oh, okay.
For people that want to watch
mind.
it. But it's just like a love story. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of depressing, but it's good. It like makes you feel
things.
Yeah, it makes you feel very deeply. And to me, it kind of gave me nostalgia of falling in love in high school and like your first love and your first boyfriend and stuff. You know, that's what it feels like. And just the trials.
Beautiful.
But I just know it's going to be sad.
No,
so
you don't. You have no idea what's going to happen.
You just said it just ends in heartbreak.
No, I am left with heartbreak.
Yeah, I know that it's going to be sad. But
at least you're bracing
doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, one day is next, and I cannot wait for you to watch it. Maybe we do a little like
I need a break.
in between, but yeah.
What are your life updates?
Okay, so the Packers lost.
Oh.
Sorry, is that your reaction?
I'm so sorry.
For a moment, she forgot who the Packers were. I saw that.
I just am
blank stare.
I was so confused. That was your life update.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge life update, actually. Thank you very much, Maddie.
Doesn't that kind of happen a lot?
I'm not. Okay. You're not allowed to wear green and gold again for Harry Styles. Thank you. So I'm not doing well. Thank you for asking. Yes, I'm affected. And yes, that's my life update.
Is that because they're out of the whole thing? Is that why? Okay.
They are. They're done.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not happy. And I hope everyone loses. That's not possible, but I really do.
When are we going to know who's in the Super Bowl?
I don't know. The Super Bowl, I think, is the 9th of February. So probably in a week or two. I'm not sure. Honestly, football can just kick rocks because I'm upset about it. And I could care less. So I hope the Lions lose. I hope, sorry to all of the Lions fans. I hope the Eagles lose. I hope Kansas City loses.
Just hope everybody loses.
I hope everyone loses.
Okay.
The halftime show is Kendrick Lamar. How do you feel about that?
I know that I know Kendrick Lamar, but
Be
I need
humble.
Sit
down. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best one to give.
Personally, I like the Super Bowl halftime shows when it's throwback music.
Yeah.
Like, just music
like Usher and JT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alicia Keys.
Or that one year that they did, who was it? It was
Rihanna?
like Macklemore.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you remember that?
Oh my God, Macklemore did a halftime show?
I think it was like a big group of people. It was kind of like a mashup.
Oh.
It was Snoop Dogg, like a bunch of different people came out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Briefly.
And I also like more just pop. I don't really like rap that much in general.
Yeah,
so,
Kendrick Lamar is an interesting choice. Like, I think he's really talented, but he doesn't have much variety.
Yeah.
Where I think some of, like, the older stuff has a lot of variety.
Yeah.
We need, like, Good Charlotte or something. Fall Out Boy? Gwen Stefani. Like, that's what we need.
Nickelback.
We need, like, the 2000s rock emo.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Talk about variety.
Yeah.
Like, Sugar, We're Going Down Swinging.
Oh, heck yeah. That was my jam.
Same. So good. Yeah, so go Packers for 2025. Life update. Oh, I have something. I posted this on my Instagram story. You know this. I have a OG classic movie list on my phone of all the ones I've never seen.
Yeah.
They appall a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I checked one off this week.
What is it?
I checked off Sixth Sense. Have you seen it?
Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's like the old horror movie.
Yeah.
I See Dead People.
I See Dead People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it shock you, the ending?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah.
It was very shocking. But it's funny because I remember as a kid, everyone would watch it and be so scared. And while I was watching it, I was like, this is so hilarious. This is scary to some people because it wasn't scary at all. Like, there was nothing that was scary. But I wouldn't say it was a good movie. I just think it had an interesting twist.
Yeah.
But it was so iconic back in the day.
I think it was like, I don't want to say the first of its kind because horror movies were out for a long time, but I think there was just nothing like it at the time.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And the big old twist at the end just got everybody going.
Yeah. Speaking of, have you read The Silent Patient before?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the twist it reminded me of, but we won't spoil that.
Yeah.
If you haven't read Silent Patient, read Silent Patient.
It's so good. That's probably like top 5
It's
favorite
epic.
books for me. But I finished my thriller audiobook, so my first book of the year is checked off.
I looked that book up on my Goodreads, and it was marked as want to read. So I have it shelved.
Okay.
I didn't know it, but I did.
Yeah.
You liked it?
It's called None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good. There was a twist at the end. It wasn't like the most shocking ending,
Oh.
but it was satisfying.
Books.
Like, it was good. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't predictable?
There was a twist.
Okay.
There was a twist.
Was it a
for
predictable
sure.
twist?
No.
Okay.
But I don't know. It didn't leave me like, but it
like
was
The Silent Patient?
Yeah, it was still really, really good.
Okay.
Like, I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads.
Ooh,
So-
that's a big rating, Maddie.
Really?
I'm very conservative with my 5-star reviews.
Okay.
Like, I have to, like, be willing to die for this book.
I wish you could give half stars.
Me too.
Like, I think I would give it maybe a 4.2.
Oh, nice.
Or 3.
So instead you give it a 5. Why didn't you give it a 4? Were you nervous?
I don't know.
Okay.
Were you nervous? Because I really liked it. Like, I would recommend it.
Okay. Are we friends on Goodreads?
I don't think so. I literally just started doing it so I could keep track of all the books that I read this year. Do you have any more life updates?
I've been going in my free time down rabbit holes.
As we do.
As one does. For the California fires. As of yesterday, they were at 22,000 acres of fire.
I can't.
22,000. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. It's just awful. Unsure if Diddy's house went down in flames.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible. A little concerning. Hopefully they got all the evidence out already if it did go down in flames. But there's some rumors that it did, and there's some that it didn't. So unsure. But slightly concerning if there were plans for people to return and keep investigating. But what's really interesting, and I want to be delicate about this, a lot of people are hearing the feedback from the firefighters that they're out of water in the fire hydrants. And I mean, that's just absolutely heartbreaking. And I kind of did not a deep dive, but just a lot of TikToking and research through the news articles that they sure are empty. And the reservoirs are just gone, and there's no backup generators when there should be. So California has done, allegedly, an awful job at distributing water. Yeah. And their water appropriately. So there, I guess, is a mismatch of where water has been prioritized within the state of California, and that has left the fire hydrants empty, which is just awful and heartbreaking and so sad and so frustrating. And I mean, with 100 miles per hour winds, I listened to Jennifer Garner interview the other day, and she was talking to firefighters that were down there, like trying to get to the water and they ended up not having it at this fire hydrant, and their helmets were being pulled off their head from the winds. So it's just like such a frustrating situation, heartbreaking situation. But something that I thought was really interesting was Mel Gibson's interview. Have you seen that with the news anchor?
No.
He said, and I'm going to just quote him verbatim, he said, "They're messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that for a while. California has a lot of problems that baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then there's events like this that question, was this on purpose? Which is an insane thing to think about. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind and what could it be." And I listened to some interviews by the LA fire chief about the resources that have been pulled from the fire department by the government. And it sounds like a lot of the responsibility is going to the government in California. I don't want to assume that it was intentional, because that would just be absolutely awful. But Mel Gibson going live on TV in this interview to say that is just really concerning. Yeah.
I mean, it just baffles me that I know that Newsom personally declined a bill that would have filled the reservoirs with water, and all the rainwater from up north, the Northwest, would have come down into California. And I don't know, I'm sure that there's some sort of political hodgepodge behind why he didn't do that. But I just do not understand, because I'm from California. My family lives there. It's on fire every year. Fires are not a new thing. I don't think that they necessarily always happen in LA. They're all over the Inland Empire, just all over Southern California every single year. So why would you have reservoirs that aren't filled? Why would you have hydrants that aren't filled? It's just unacceptable. And
it's scary.
It is. It's I don't understand, and I think that they should be held accountable.
I would be curious if there would be a difference in the end result had those hydrants been filled or reservoirs been filled. I would assume. I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, at the end of the day, there's going to be a ton of damage with that wind and with fire.
For sure.
There's no amount of water that could have just stopped it.
Yeah.
But would more water have made a positive impact? Yes, absolutely. You can't deny that.
Did you hear about the planes that are collecting the water to spray from above? They're grabbing salt water. Oh. And the fact that they're using that to take out the fires is actually going to cause quite a bit of damage to the environment from the salt. I mean, it's just like, obviously we're doing what we can, but it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So all prayers and thoughts with California. And
Yeah.
I know I've been seeing so many resources being sent that way and all these programs. And I think about the animals and the families and just
the other night I woke up in the middle of the
awful.
night and I just started thinking about animals in animal shelters.
Ugh.
And I literally couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall back asleep because I'm just like, what if the animal shelter catches on fire? Like, do they just let all of them out to run, or do they just leave them there?
So
like,
sad.
oh my gosh, it was just horrible. But anyways, yes, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone fighting that fire. Hopefully it gets put out soon.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
It's awful. Yeah, we definitely got to pray.
All right, on a lighter note. Are we ready to start reading these texts?
Yes,
I'm so excited.
Yes, they're so iconic.
Okay, I'll go first. Ready?
Please go first. I cannot wait. Again, the format we do this is we don't read each other's.
Yeah.
So we'll like pull all the responses. I'll highlight half and send them to Maddie.
Yeah.
And I won't read them.
Yeah, so any that I read, Carly hasn't heard before.
Yeah. And vice versa.
Okay, my first one. A few years ago, I was hanging out with a friend when one of my uncles accidentally texted me with a coded text telling someone where to drop off / hide his drugs, named the coconut water at the house. I knew he had a past with stuff like that before, so I would never responded, and about a week later, he tried calling me and left a voicemail saying, "Oops, sorry, I was trying to restock on my coconut water."
Yeah.
Right, Uncle, your secret's safe with me.
Oh my gosh.
Not the coconut water.
It's always like the backpedals that have been really funny and how
Yeah.
people like try to pull back and be like, no,
Yeah.
or like cover up.
Uh-huh.
Just fail. They didn't have undo send at the time. That's so good. All right, my first one. I was messaging someone on Facebook Marketplace about something while I was also texting my husband at the same time. I accidentally clicked the lady's message and told her I had to poop so bad, thinking it was my husband.
Not Facebook Marketplace.
And by the time she realized it, the lady had already seen it. It's really unfortunate. I wonder if you got the item.
That is so funny. The lady on Facebook, like, oh, okay.
I mean, what an intrusive text to receive on Facebook Marketplace.
How would you respond to that?
I don't know. It's a really good question. Maybe like thumbs up or something. I don't know. Like, are you well? Do you have a toilet you can use? I don't know.
That'd be so funny if she responded like, oh, that's so great for you. I've been blocked up for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Or I just went.
Oh my gosh, I just went. This was my bowel movement. Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's so funny. Okay, my next one. My husband was running to the store while my parents were in town. I texted him to buy lube and sent it to my dad by accident.
Oh my gosh. No, that's such a nightmare. No.
I know.
Can you get lube at the grocery store?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's my first question. Oh, there's more?
She said, I wanted to just crawl in a hole and never come out. Mortified is an understatement. He responded with,
oh,
you know that emoji?
Yeah, with like the red
cheeks?
the
big eyes and the straight face.
Yeah. Dad. Oh my God.
Sweet dad.
Thank God I've never had any experience like that or vice versa where like anything, or my brothers, like, thank God.
Yeah.
That will be an awful day. If
At least they were married though, you know? It's not like.
No, I don't want it. You know, like that one submission a long time ago about.
She saw nudes of her parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, the spark is alive.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, but it's just scarring.
You just don't want to know. Like, even when you think about people, like your siblings or your parents, like.
No. Nobody's having
pregnant.
sex.
Yeah,
Nobody's having sex.
That means you had to have sex.
Yeah. Did you have sex? Or was it just like implanted in you? Yeah. I hate that. All right. My next one. I was 6 months pregnant in the heat of summer and finally got myself a maternity bathing suit. I was getting used to the newly pregnant body and unsure, so I snapped a pic saying, "Does this look okay?" I sent it instead to our sweet contractor type of man who listens to gospel music while he remodels our bathroom, volunteering at his church, family man, 70-ish years old.
No.
He kindly said, "I think you meant to send this to your husband." I died. I had to see him daily, just him and I and my infant daughter in the house, since he worked during the day while my husband was at work. I could have crawled in a hole and died.
Oh, no.
Like full frontal.
Full frontal.
Not
it could have been worse. It could have been a nude.
Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad. And like the fact that you have to like continue to see them, it'd be different if it was like a one-time thing.
Yeah, like the
Just
Facebook lady.
Awful. Yeah. Just awful.
Oh, sweet man.
I know.
Okay, my next one. A friend of mine told me a colleague bought a $1.5 million house. She sent me the Zillow link of her house. Another friend was interested to see what it looked like and know how much it was. Instead of sending this to my friend, I sent my colleague a link to Zillow of her own house.
Shoot.
I was petrified because I wasn't super close with her.
Shoot. How do you recover from that?
You can't. She never even told our department she bought a house. Cringe. I unsent the message, but it was too late.
Oh, no.
I thankfully was transitioning to another job, so I don't work with her any longer. Definitely looked like a stalker in that moment.
For sure.
You're not even in the same department. You don't even know her.
Oh, not good. Yeah, that's no bueno.
That's so bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's so invasive.
Yeah,
imagine being the girl who received the Zillow link.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, great. Everyone knows how much money I spent, my address, pictures of the inside of my house, the layout. Like, they know everything about my house. That is so invasive.
I would also be like, why are you stalking me? Like, that would also come to my mind of like, okay, they have all that personal information, but also like, are you bored? How much time did you spend to try to find my house?
Honestly, kind of flattering.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you think about me?
Oh my gosh, actually kind of love it.
Do you like it?
Yeah. What do you think
I should do with the living room?
Do you want to come to the housewarming? Okay, fine. Yeah, that's a lot.
But it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
It is so embarrassing.
I would never want to be caught doing that.
We really got to be like double checking our
I know.
to line badly.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one. I was texting my work friend about a crush I had on our supervisor, and it was early morning at 5 a.m. while I was getting ready for work. I was telling her how every day we'd walk in, we would meet in the elevator, and he would just smile awkwardly, and I would find that so cute. Well, earlier that morning, I had texted that same supervisor, so the text thread was quite close to my coworker's text thread. Of course, I instead texted my supervisor this message of how cute he is. I texted him back and tried to play it off by saying, haha, sorry, that was my niece grabbing my phone.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine like a 5-year-old niece being like, oh my gosh, my supervisor's so cute. Oh my God, so funny.
And she sent it to her supervisor.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens.
Of course, he didn't believe me, but I guess it all worked out because we're married with 2 kids.
Aw, wait, that's so cute.
I know. How ideal.
He's like, oh, great, she does think I'm cute.
Like, yes.
Wait, oh.
I know, that's sweet. Very wholesome.
That makes me so happy.
We love that. Maybe we should accidentally text.
Yeah, he was probably just waiting to see if she was interested.
Can you imagine her heart dropping, though, for a moment? I'd be curious the timeline of, like, when he asked her out then.
Yeah.
But it's also your supervisor. So it's, like...
scandalous.
I know. That's my mom and my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
I know. Naughty.
Okay, my next one. Oh, do I have a good one? I went on a Hinge date that was terrible. Guy got extremely tipsy, made up so many inappropriate comments, and then kissed me 3 times, which was really just him licking my face.
Ick.
Somehow in conversation, it got brought up that every Saturday morning I go to the farmer's market, and he invited himself to go with me. Well, Saturday rolled around, and I pretended to not see his texts about what time until after I'd already left to go to the market.
Don't tell me he's there.
I took a screenshot of me telling him that I had already gone to send to my friends saying, my plan worked. Hopefully I'll never have to see him again.
Shoot!
Except I sent the screenshot and caption to him, not my friend.
Oh, no.
Needless to say, we never talked again.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like, lock your doors, ma'am. Holy crap. That's so scary.
I know.
My gosh. That's really bad.
Yeah.
That's traumatizing.
That's like, it's not even just a screenshot of the conversation. It's a mean comment as well.
The commentary.
Oh, the poor guy. He was probably so
Stop
sad.
licking her face.
Yeah.
And being inappropriate. Or inviting yourself places.
Valid.
Not saying you deserved it, but like, don't.
Yeah. But maybe don't lick someone's face.
Okay. Oh, this one is so good. This wasn't a text, but I was going through Instagram stories and saw one from a girl who had posted something about her grandfather's cremation. I turned to show my friend the post, and in the process of handing her the phone, I was somehow swiped up and reacted to the post with a fire emoji.
No! Wait, the cremation!
When I tell you, I giggled last night reading that. I laughed so hard. It's so wrong to laugh so hard about this, but it was so good.
Of all the emojis.
Of all the emojis.
Not the fire.
Oh my gosh.
Not the fire flames.
Oh my gosh. I know. And can you unsend reactions?
I don't know. Did she respond?
I don't know.
I have to know.
We have no closure. Best of luck.
Oh my god.
I would delete my Instagram, I think. I'd delete the whole thing.
You'd never see me again.
Never, ever. Move states.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Really, really not ideal. Really, like, that's, I think, probably the last emoji you'd be okay using.
Yeah, that's the worst. I think the heart eyes would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine heart eyes? Oh, wow, that would be brutal. That's probably second worst.
Oh my gosh, that was a doozy.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one is short. I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but once my husband texted me to ask what I was making for supper, I replied, tater tot hot dick.
I don't understand.
I can't say it. Okay, I replied, tater tot hot dicks. It was supposed to be a hot dish.
Of course. Why is your phone autocorrecting from dish to dicks?
Not the tater tot hot dicks. Like, why is that so funny?
Wait, I'm trying to type out dish. Oh, it is. It's not really that close. It's kind of close.
Yeah.
Woof.
How often are you saying dicks in your text?
I know. It's like, Apple's like, nah, she's not trying to say dish.
She doesn't cook.
Nah, right? Tater tot hot dish. That's funny. Oh, that's good. All right. My next one. I sent a naughty text meant for my fiance to my aunt once. One day when I was at work, I texted my girl everything I was going to do to her later after I got home.
No! What are you going to do? We don't want
to know. Patty's over there sweating. Okay, relax. After I got home, I went all out and I didn't hold back. I sent the text and 10 minutes later, my aunt texted, "Oh dear." I can hear the, "Oh dear." I can hear it. She said, "Oh dear, you said this to the wrong person. Try again." Your aunt.
Sweet aunt.
Oh, I'm picturing like Aunt Betty, like white. Sorry, no white. Like white hair, sewing, receiving just the naughtiest text. Oh.
That is such a funny response. She should have just said, "Oh dear."
Oh dear.
I just left it at that.
Honestly,
oh,
so
dear.
Good. That's horrifying.
That's so funny. How would you respond if like your brother or your sister-in-law or someone accidentally sent you a text like that?
I don't think I would respond. I think I'd pretend I didn't see it. Definitely would go untalked about forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, my next one. I am an equestrian and I also work in corporate America. One day I was trying to leave the office on time to teach a riding lesson, but needed to finish a legal conversation. So I told the customer if it was okay, I would continue to take the call from my car and call them back as soon as I had left the office. They texted me shortly after asking what kind of lessons I taught, and I responded, jumping. Their next text was, that sounds fun. Mind you, my phone and lovely autocorrect changed it to humping. What kind of lessons do you teach? And she said humping. And they responded and said, that sounds fun.
Wait, that's so funny. I actually find that hilarious. Yeah. That sounds fun. What a team player.
That sounds fun.
Oh.
Okay, and then it says, I didn't notice though, and proceeded to call him back 10 minutes later from the car while driving, and he answers and asks, do you teach all your students that? Which I said, no. And then I asked, why? Do you ride?
It's getting worse.
I know. He then so graciously told me about my texting error. The number of things wrong with that conversation with the customer about made me want to drive off the road.
That's like a movie. Like it's like one wrong thing, but everything else could add up to that one thing.
Yeah.
No matter which word you had picked.
Yeah.
And one is very dirty and one is clean, and that is so good.
I know.
So good. I live for those moments.
The fact that he just like went along with it.
I know. I'm honestly surprised he had told this person about the text, because when she said, why, do you know how to ride or do you know ride? He'd be like, okay, I'm just going to go, like, because it's all adding up.
Yeah, he must have like known that she's not,
Oh, God, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. That's so funny. Okay. I liked that one a lot. That's my favorite. All right. This one's a little mortifying. I was in the backseat of a car with someone I didn't like. I texted my mom how bad it was going, and I accidentally sent it to the person who happened to be driving.
No.
Siri read it out loud over Apple CarPlay to everyone.
Oh, that's literally like nobody wants this. Remember
happened?
the episode where they're in the car and the sister, she texts, she's like, he doesn't even look Jewish. She's so gross. Barf emoji. Barf emoji.
Yeah. I think I would lean over, open the car door, and then launch myself out. Yeah.
And then exit
and
the
then
premises.
exit and did tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Maybe not even tuck and roll. Maybe just launch.
That's so bad.
I mean, like, I mean.
That's absolutely worst case scenario. Like, not only do they, like, sending someone a text that they read in private, you don't have to be there. You don't have to hear them.
Yep. You can hide in a corner. Yeah. That's fine. No hiding.
That's bad. But being in a car where it's read out loud to everyone.
Everyone knows.
Oh my gosh.
And the person.
I would die. I would simply.
And you have to sit with them. Yeah, I think I would keel over.
I would die.
Easily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So glad you're still here with us.
Yeah. You made it through.
Yeah.
You are a real warrior.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Okay. My next one. Not me, but my brother's ex-girlfriend one time texted my dad, who has the same first name as my brother, a lengthy paragraph going on about how her sex drive has decreased significantly because of a medication she was on.
Shoot.
And was talking about how she will try to work to get back on it. Like, I'm sorry. Could you imagine my poor father's reaction?
Oh, no. That's really bad. That's really bad.
I know.
I love how she's, like, so focused on growth and, like, development. And, like,
I love how she's always trying to improve. We love that mindset.
Yeah,
a queen.
Absolutely. Honestly, like, imagine getting a text from your boyfriend being like, this is how I'm going to work on things. It's like, man, you're really, like, self-development's really important to you. That's so funny. But I'm very unfortunate that it got sent to the wrong person. Very unfortunate. All right, this one's just kind of silly, but I texted my boss, I love you, my cute, pretty little princess.
No.
Can you imagine? This was for my girlfriend and now my current wife. Anyway, he responded, I love you too, sweetheart. Not a boss that can play, like, be playful. Yeah.
See, that's what you gotta do. If you receive a text like that where you know it's obviously not for you, you just have to, like, play along.
I think it's easier to play with those than the naughty things I'm gonna do to you when I get home.
Yeah.
Much easier to play with, I love you, cute, pretty little princess.
That's so funny.
It's really good.
Has anyone ever called you a cute, pretty little princess?
No.
Me either.
But I'm sure that boss felt really good about himself for just a moment.
Yeah. For a split second. He's like, ooh.
I love that it was
that
a
felt
dude.
Nice.
That's just awesome. Oh, that's good.
Okay, my next one. My guy interest asked what class I was walking to next. I was trying to say I have government, but it autocorrected to I have HIV. And it sure did get sent.
No!
What
She's
class
like,
are you going to? I have
HIV. Like, I just had to let it out. It was weighing on me. I had to let it out. That felt like the best time. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Did we recover?
No.
We didn't recover.
I don't think. Well, there's no other context. I don't know.
I have HIV, and it's not from you. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Gosh, these are so good. We need to do these like once a month.
They're so funny.
Okay. My schedule for work had me on a call on Wednesday. My managers didn't need me, so Jeremy, one of our managers, texted me to tell me that I wouldn't need to come in. I was so glad, so I texted back, hooray, or so I thought. Jeremy texts back, what, in all caps, and I'm wondering why my manager is yelling at me via text. As it turns out, my phone doesn't know the word hooray, but it does know the word horny, so I said that. In all caps, horny. Gosh, I'm grateful you guys have gone through these things for us.
Why do I feel like if I was that boss and I received that from like a Gen Z like worker or employee, I would think, is that something the kids are saying nowadays?
You'd like gaslight yourself.
You're excited about the fact that you don't have to work
horny.
And you're like, horny.
Like sweet, squad, horny. Yeah. That's so funny. I love how you blame yourself. Yeah, he said what in all caps. That's so good.
My BFF from college was a guy, let's call him John. I played matchmaker with a coworker who is a redhead, this part matters, and we'll call her Jane. They dated for about 6 months. Unfortunately, John was unhappy and discussed with me about his plans to break up with Jane. My coworker and I were medium friends. We would do yoga after work 2 days a week or catch up on a happy hour maybe once a week together. I knew that John had planned to break up with Jane, and we had plans to hang out afterwards, only as friends, I swear. I accidentally texted my coworker.
Lies, it doesn't exist. Sorry.
I accidentally texted my coworker Jane, yo, homie, did you break up with the red yet? She immediately calls and accused me of cheating on her with John behind her back. To say the least, it was a very awkward and strained work relationship after that. Thankfully, I left the job shortly after and never spoke to Jane again. 10 years later, I played matchmaker again for John, and he's been married for 4 years now.
Oh, wow. Jane, that is an aggressive text to receive. Also, what girl is texting yo?
Yeah.
Like, for a moment, I'm like, that does come across, like, very sketchy.
Yeah.
Like, very fishy that you guys are together. Like, so
especially
bro-y.
because they're friends. Like, she was friends with the girl.
Yeah, that's
if they
hard.
weren't friends, then it would be different.
That's
but
brutal.
Yeah,
Brutal.
that is brutal.
I hope she wasn't, like, one of those gals you really were excited to, like, have in your wedding one day or, like, be a lifelong friend, because that would be really sad.
I don't think it... I think she was just closer with John.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next one. I texted, say hi to your mom for me. It was supposed to go to my husband who was having lunch with his mom. Instead, I sent it to my friend whose mom had died 2 days prior.
You're lying. No. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Could you imagine doing that? Just like the regret you would feel.
The closest bridge would be in my GPS immediately. Immediately.
Oh. Say really hi to your mom. Imagine the person getting that text like, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. It's just...
I immediately would be like, wow, that was audacious. What an audacious text.
That's bad. How do you get... You can't come back from that.
Immediately
that's
block.
A goner. Yeah.
Immediately block.
Mm-hmm.
Do you send an apology with like, that was meant for my husband. I'm so sorry. Please, what's your address? I'll send you so many flowers. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I feel like
really, I feel like of all the ones to recover from, you could recover from that one. Because like,
it was obviously a mistake.
Yeah. Like there's no maliciousness either.
Yeah.
But that is brutal.
Woof.
Brutal.
Woof, woof.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one. I was in college and me and my best friend were out at the bars. We ran into some girls on our volleyball team. One of them was absolutely plastered and the other one was so fed up with her that she left her at the bar alone. This pissed me and my friend off because you don't leave a drunk girl like that alone at a bar in a sketchy part of town. We ended up taking our drunk teammate back to our house so she could spend the night. When we got home, me and my friend were ranting and we were so mad at the teammate who left her. Side note, we swore our house was haunted and always had sketchy things happen. Anyways, we were talking smack. My phone was literally nowhere near me. It was laying on the coffee table, and I said, F this, Ashley's a shitty friend, and a bunch of other stuff. And then right at the exact moment, somehow my phone opened up a text to the girl and voice recorded me saying that and sent it.
A voice recording?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't notice until she responded. Obviously didn't regret my words because she was a crappy friend, but it's been 8 years and we haven't spoke since.
Oh, wow.
Along with her best friend who took her side. Meanwhile, the drunk girl will be in my wedding this September.
Oh, wow. Okay, there's a win. She's like, yeah, loyalty. That's crazy.
I know. I feel like audio messages are so dangerous because they have that button right on the right, that little like red recording button.
Yeah.
That's so easy to click. And if you hold it, it used to be like if you let go, it would just send.
Yeah.
You have to let go in the perfect way where you can still click the X, you know?
Yeah.
Those are dangerous.
Also, my phone, I should turn this off, has this auto feature where like if I lift it in a certain angle, it automatically starts recording an audio message.
Oh.
I mean, it happens, I would say, at least twice a day where I have a drafted audio message to send. But thankfully, I always see it and I just click X.
Oh, you got to get rid of that.
You're right. Honestly, why haven't I? But like, they really make it easy for things like that to happen. But that doesn't even seem like a slip up. That seems like...
No, your house is haunted.
For sure. There's some paranormal activity happening there.
The ghost is like,
wild.
They're talking smack. We're going to tell.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's like it's a narc. The ghosts are narcs. Do you remember when the new iOS rolled around like last year? When you could... Something with FaceTime, if you group FaceTime called somebody... It automatically, if they didn't pick up, you could hear what was going on in that person's house.
No.
Do you remember that huge thing?
No.
Oh my God, it was awful. And so there was like this big update that had to be rolled out because that. And like I remember hearing like divorce stories because they caught people cheating. And,
my gosh.
Or moms heard their kids having sex. And it was just like awful. But yeah, it's crazy. I was like, in what world did you guys mess that up so badly?
That's wild.
Yeah, it was awful. It was an invasion of privacy for sure. And I was like, thank God, because nobody had used the group FaceTime feature on me. Not that I'm hurt by it at all, but like it hadn't happened. So anyways, okay, my last one. I sent a text meant for my girlfriend to my boss. It read, there was a situation and I had to shit in the tub.
So So casual. There was a situation.
In the tub.
Why do I feel like at some point in my life I'm going to have to send that text?
Well, I fully believe, and I hope that one comes to me intentionally. Unfortunately, it had not been a joke, and I did have to shit in the tub. Just for closure. Just to be clear. They went to the boss.
Wait, so they sent it to their boss instead of their wife?
Yeah. And it did, in fact, happen. Like, it did have to go into the tub.
What did they say?
Oh, I don't know. No closure. Oh,
that is so funny.
Maddie weirdly relates to all the poop.
Yeah.
All the bad poop texts.
I do.
So good.
I have IBS, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's a relatable experience. But I do think if you have a mortifying accidental text, there's a 50% chance it is about poop.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. There's been a situation. Just like so nonchalant.
No, literally. Imagine waking up to that text or seeing that text.
Yeah,
as a boss, like, okay, no problem if you're late to the meeting. No problem.
Yeah. You're like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Yeah.
Checking in.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, those were so funny.
I love this episode so much.
Me too.
They're just like life-giving and relatable.
Yeah. This reminded me of the embarrassing stories episode.
Yeah.
Like, just so freaking funny.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, I love them. We'll have to do this again soon.
Yeah, human nature stories are iconic.
Yeah. People are just funny, you know?
It makes you realize you have no unique stories.
Yeah.
I heard that once, and I was like, that's so true. Like, TikTok and, like, Reddit and people's submissions make you feel like you're not alone in all the insane stories that have happened in your life.
Yeah.
There's really no unique circumstance.
Yeah, and it just makes you feel better, too, that, like, sometimes people go through things that you haven't been through.
Right.
And
like,
you're very thankful.
We haven't had a tub situation. Could be on the horizon. Unsure.
Yeah.
But grateful we haven't had to endure that embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you for sending them in.
Yes.
If you're not following us on Instagram, be sure to follow us. And dare I say, turn on our story notifications. Because we don't post a lot, so we won't bother you. But when we do post for submissions, that way you guys can see and send in your stories so you don't miss them. And yeah, be sure to subscribe. Give us a rating and review if you feel so inclined. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.